Hello guys, how are you? This is episode 3 of about the build of the Prinz Eugen from the company Occre. Right now I finished working on the second planking of the hull. I placed the bow, the metal bow piece and the stern on the kit, and I am on the process of start sanding to apply the filler. I really enjoyed the way this second planking went. It was a pleasure to do this. Very fun. Learned a lot from my first albatross planking. I learned a lot on this process. I'm going slowly, but all I can tell you right now is, as you will see, in my opinion, this model looks very different from what it was on the last episode. As always, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you are safe above all. And any comments, any suggestions, please use the description below, use the comment section. I will try to answer my best, okay? Stay safe. And you start by applying contact glue or cobbler's glue to the area of the hull shown in the pictures. Glue the plankings, and they are named J1. Curiously, they are J1, and you must join these J1 strips to complete the total length of the hull. Okay, you cut the planking to size according to the need, and any excess you just trim it with an X-Acto blade. You press the planks so that they adhere firmly. After you glue these J1 planks, go on top and press it against the hull. One advice, if I may give you one, try to apply a very thin but consistent coat layer of cobbler's glue, okay? This glue, the older it gets, the rubber-like it transforms. And when you are applying it on the hull, probably if it's an old, let's call it old glue, it will leave some rubber-like texture. It glues it just the same, but it's not as liquid. Try to be gentle as you can, but at the same time, just use the whole surface and put the glue equally on the hull. This way, you won't get any highs and downs, any bumps on the planking. Okay. Planking is one of those things that, in my opinion, the more you practice, the better it gets. I really enjoy this process. I was a bit afraid because last time I made the mistake of using CA glue, and CA glue, this planking is like a sheet of paper, so it's very thin, so you're going to see the moisture and the wet of the glue, and that's ugly. Cobbler's glue. Use cobbler's glue, and I really enjoyed doing this. You know, I used to hate the sound of seagulls, but, well, right now I think I couldn't live without it. That and the sound of the sea, and in the winter here, when it rains, everything together, yeah. I used to hate seagulls, you know, I used to. Doing the bottom, these last few planks, it's not complicated, but you have to be specific. I mean, you have to see the shape that you have to fulfill, and you have to cut the planking in order to be the best that you can do. I still have the filler card to play, so it doesn't mean that doesn't need to be perfect, you know, but, well, do it very very slow and try to be as perfect as you can. And if you are not, don't panic, because the filler will fill those gaps more ahead. And now it was time for some dry fit, and I started to just try to fit the bow metal pieces, and despite the fact that it wasn't bad at all, as you can see, not bad at all, I was not happy with this small gap over here, which happens because you are working with wood, and sometimes you just sand a little bit more than you should. So I thought I should address this issue here. As you can see, there are a few imperfections in this bow, and I will address those before I start working on the deck and on the superstructure. What I'm doing now is to put 2 or 3 planks, very thin planks, in order to fill the gap between the metal bow and the deck, and that way it will look better. Of course, it's like in plastic modeling, you see a seam line, you cover it. It's the same process. And one of the things you are going to need to do a lot is sanding. This hull it's not still prepared for the filler, okay? So what I did was I was working on something, and then when I got tired of doing some repetitive tasks, I stopped, put on my mask, because wood dust is a pain in the butt. So I put a mask and I sanded the hull. As long as you don't go more ahead, further ahead than you should, the more, the better. Everything you're doing is preparing the hull, smoothing it out, smoothing the hull in order to receive the filler, and the perfect it is, the better the primer will be applied on the surface. Try to do your best here, because this is a steel ship made out of wood, so it wouldn't look as realistic if you look and see the parallel planking, on the hull. That's the only thing that makes me hesitate on this build. But well, I'm doing my best. And now we place these, they are J2 parts, but we place these on the deck and secure them with painter's tape. These pieces will be the guide for fitting the J3 piece, which will be a metal piece. You sand one of the J3 parts and apply contact adhesive, okay? Then you glue the fitted J3, that metal long piece, and when the adhesive is dry, you remove the previous wood parts that you placed on the deck. They are kind of a sensor. They are measuring the height of that metal piece, okay? So that metal piece won't fit just exactly at the height of the deck. It will go a bit, a millimeter or so up. So be careful with that. And don't forget, guys, put one of these wood parts on top of the deck, 3 centimeters over 3 centimeters. They measure 2 centimeters, place them apart 3 centimeters each, 3 centimeters, okay? I cannot emphasize this too much because these are going to be sensors. You are going to measuring the height of the limit that you are gluing that metal piece by the top of these pieces, okay? And if sometimes I cannot explain it clearly, I am sorry, English is not my first language. I know you understand me, I know I can communicate, but sometimes expressions lack. I don't have any kind of talent to do a script. I am just narrating, as you can see and hear, I'm narrating this directly to the microphone as I see the video footage, so sometimes, I'm sorry guys, but the images speak for themselves. Be careful when applying glue here. Don't glue the pieces you just fit on the deck. They are only markers, they are only sensors, okay? You will have to remove them later, so don't apply glue to them. Don't use glue. And if you note on the top of the deck there's a gap, that gap will be addressed. I still have to put a wood piece on top of the deck as kind of a railing all around the deck, so that issue will be addressed, and it's not a bad fit at all. Remember those little sensors that we put on top of the deck? Now we remove them because we applied the metal piece and we use them as a mark. now we're going to build a waterline marker. Why? I needed to get away a bit from the hull and the ship, you know. I am showing here a pen which they recommend, but at the end I will use a pencil. I think it's better a pencil. If I get anything wrong, I won't have 2 or 3 lines on the hull. I can erase it with a rubber. So I'm showing you this, but at the end, if you see me using more of a pencil, well, it's what I did. Also, I used more than one wood block because I had these here already. These are not the ones of the kit. I had these exactly with the same measurements, and because of that coincidence, I thought, why not? So I'm just clearing my mind a bit from the build. And if there's something that I learned from this process is that I need better tools. I need one of those horizontal tables, drillers, because doing this by hand, your hand just moves a bit to the left, to the right, and then you don't have, at the end, you don't get a perfect straight hole for you to put the pencil. And if it's 4 by 4 millimeters high, in order to draw the water line, it must be at the same exact measurement. So I need, and I don't know where I'm going to put that. I need one of those horizontal drillers, you know. So I need so many tools. I'm just starting on this, and I look around me, and I'm going to build some plastic ships also, of course. Yes, I am. But right now, to work on wood, to have the perfect tools, it's so important. I don't know where I'm going to put those. Why I'm telling you this, because I made an objective on my modeling channel. I want to build the wood HMS Victory. However, if Occre one day sends out HMS Victory, Occre, if you're listening to me, yes, that one, please, please, please. And that's the first time I'm asking something, because that's the ultimate kit I want to build. It's a wood ship, an HMS Victory wood ship. Please, yes. Well, this concludes this episode of the build of Prinz Eugen wood ship model by Occre. I hope you've enjoyed following along and have learned a thing or two about the hull and planking of the model. I know I did. As we wrap up this episode, I wanted to take just a moment to reflect on the kit itself and the progress of my channel. I'm incredibly grateful to all of my 50,000 plus subscribers for their support and engagement. Your feedback and comments have motivated me and make me want to go ahead and do more and more and more, and I am grateful for that. I couldn't have done this without you, so thank you very much. Finally, I wanted to wish everyone Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season. I hope you have a wonderful time with your loved ones and get some joy of the things you love the most. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, okay? And remember, keep modeling, guys. Keep modeling. Always, always with a smile. Cheers. Enjoy life, guys. Enjoy life.